happens when you get into debt.
I'll do what I want. I will punch you clean through that window.
And you can't.
I don't know work, I can't cope.
Or won't pay it back.
I can't pay it, I can't pay it.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits.
I'll smash his head.
Dealing with desperate debtors.
Please open the door.
I'm going to struggle to pay this.
In dramatic situations.
Come take your glasses!
We meet the people who are losing their homes.
We've got nowhere to go.
You can't leave him because if that pipe comes off, it's like threatening.
And their possessions.
Will it be alright to tow it behind a transit?
Because whatever happens, if you can't pay,
Get your hands off me.
they'll take it away. On average, UK landlords are owed £1,800 in unpaid rent, and the problem is getting worse. The number of tenants failing to pay their rent has risen by nearly 20% over the last year, and increasingly, landlords are turning to the courts for help. 8 a.m. Steve Pinner and his son Ben are High Court enforcement agents. They're on their way to repossess a property in Hayes, West London.
This morning we have a writ of possession. It is against Mr. Serge Asawasa. The landlord is meeting us there with their locksmith. Jolly good.
The landlord claims the tenant owes £14,000 in rent arrears, but the agents aren't here to collect the money. Their job is to evict him today.
It'll be here somewhere.
No numbers on the door.
It's here. Big old double-fronted house.
Nice.
It's going to be interesting.
The landlady, Ms. Pardeep Verdi, is waiting outside the property with her brother.
Okay, this is Ben. Have you got keys or anything?
Yeah, we've got keys for the property.
That's the front door and...
Okay, if you give us a few minutes, just let us deal with that and we'll come back and find you.
The tenant, Serge, has been living at the property for a year.
It doesn't look empty because there's cars here.
This job isn't going to be straightforward.
Curtains moving, twitching? No?
No twitchers.
Hello?
The High Court writ allows the agents to gain entry to the property,
Hello?
even if no one answers.
I can hear noises, but...
Hello? I'll take that upstairs. There's a lot of rooms here. Hello? It's like a hotel.
And they're all locked. Locksmith's going to have a great day.
This family home is not all it appears.
It's like 40 towers.
Suddenly a man emerges from one of the bedrooms.
Hello, good morning, sir. My name's Ben. We're High Court enforcement. We're here to repossess the property. How many other... Yes, today, I'm afraid. How many people live here?
The agent's visit seems to have come as a surprise.
Is there anyone else in the rooms? Hello?
Hello there.
Someone downstairs.
It's clear that there's more than just one tenant living in the house.
My name's Steve Pinner. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We have a writ to repossess this property.
I'm a tenant here.
And who's your landlord?
He's upstairs, I believe. His name is Sarge.
Steve quickly assesses the situation.
He's not actually the owner of the property. So he's been subletting.
Okay.
He's been subletting to you without permission.
Right.
And the owner of the obviously not paying the rent across.
He's not been paying the rent?
It would appear so. We have the authority from the High Court to repossess the property. So I'll give you an hour to get your stuff together.
Is he upstairs?
Somebody's upstairs. I don't know what he looks like.
He's upstairs because I can hear his voice.
The man upstairs is Serge, the tenant who's been subletting.
How many people live here?
5 rooms.
5. The rest here?
I'm gonna have to start today.
You're gonna have to start, ringing around.
On properties that have been sublet, the person who originally rented the property has sublet to other people. They're paying them, but he is not paying the landlord. So they're stealing from both sides. They're stealing from the landlord by not paying him, and they're also stealing from the subtenants.
What's happening?
It's a kind of a joke.
Serge, the official tenant, must now face his subtenants.
Am I going to get the deposit back before I go?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you.
You do now realise that you've got to get your stuff together and that move, yeah?
I know that.
I'd appreciate it if you please give me my deposit before I start packing up.
Mate.
Even though the man has been paying his rent to Serge, he and all the other occupants must leave within the hour.
And that's not a good day for you, I know.
I suggest you get dressed.
I will, but I'm just... Yeah, you get yourself sorted.
The agents must now check the rest of the house to see who else is living there.
It's a big old gaff, isn't it?
Hello? Good morning, madam. Do you want to get dressed? Madam, we're High Court enforcement. There's just rooms everywhere. 5 bedrooms at least?
Well, he's earning a few quid, isn't he? £500 a room per month. 1, 2, well, he's not paying for that one, obviously. 3, 4, 5. Making £2.5 grand a month. Doesn't have to go to work, does he?
Landlady Pardeep and her brothers have come into the property. The agents must break the news that their tenant, Serge, has been letting rooms out and collecting rent without their permission.
Apparently, they've been subletting it illegally.
I can't believe it's every single room here.
Amount of stress this man's
He's got
caused
to
us. He's got to go.
Legally, Serge must leave today, but the landlords have to let him back into the house at a later date to collect his possessions.
He is going to go outside the door, but they are going to have to come back and collect their stuff.
You know, there's a
Yeah,
15 grand.
of course, I know
So you
that.
can understand.
This is not fair.
Serge has overheard the landlord's conversation.
We will leave, but we will not move our stuff today. You can do that to me.
leave today.
But we will leave today, but we will not move our stuff today. Shut your mouth.
I don't need to shut it, sir.
Look at him. Look at him. You just shut your mouth.
You need to be packing.
The agents must act quickly to calm the situation.
Serge!
If you talk to me like that,
Serge!
What started as a simple repossession is threatening to spiral out of control.
Calm down.
let him talk against me like that. I will smash his head.
Wow.
West London. High Court enforcement agents, Steve and Ben, were carrying out a repossession.
Hello? Hello?
They had a writ to evict tenant, Serge Asawase.
It's like a hotel.
But they discovered numerous other people living at the property.
I'm a tenant here.
And who's your landlord?
He's upstairs.
He's not actually the owner of the property.
Serge, the tenant, was subletting the house and not passing the rent on to the landlord. He now owes £14,000.
Sarge, I'd appreciate it if you please give me my deposit before I start packing up.
The landlord wanted him and all his belongings gone today.
Amount of stress this man's caused us. He's got to go.
And tempers flared.
We will leave today, but we will not move our stuff today.
Calm down.
Let him talk against me like that. I will smash his head.
Wow.
Now the agents must use all their negotiating skills to get this challenging eviction back on track.
How you get on?
I can't move all my stuff today.
How much stuff have you got?
I didn't get a notice. It's
You
not,
won't get any notice. You've had
it's not
notices.
happening. You can say whatever you want.
You can have... I've not finished.
You
The
said
landlord
that.
is owed £14,000 apparently.
He's not all that. We were gonna pay him. He refused to take our money and came to an agreement and said we should not pay him. We should just leave. Listen, We
fair
had the
enough.
money to pay. It wasn't doing any repairs. I know what we did. Everyone in here knows that we're going to be moving out of this house around December, not today.
Serge claims the landlords had agreed to let him keep the £14,000 in outstanding rent and let him move out in a month.
You need to go back to the landlord and tell him that these people, you had an agreement with them and you didn't, you've gone.
Okay.
So they've played us.
But the landlord's brother denies Serge's claims.
We've had no negotiations with him, no.
Okay.
Don't talk nonsense. We want you out. We want you out with your stuff. We want you out.
Don't you dare talk to me like that. Yes, but you saw it, right?
Calm down.
Good. If he talks to me again like that,
I'm not shouting, so please don't shout at me.
I'm not shouting at you. I said, tell that
Serge,
guy.
I'm trying to talk to you.
Now it's upset me because you.
I'm not here. I'm not here to take sides.
Good. Let him not come upstairs and talk to me like
Look,
that.
calm down.
When people try to be reasonable and then he comes up and he's like,
Look,
we're not
look.
gonna give you no time, blah blah blah, this, that. What does he think? This England, I'm still gonna get the time at this. I'll leave this stuff in here and I'll come back and I will get my stuff.
Serge.
Serge must leave today, but he's adamant that he won't take all his belongings with him, as it's his legal right to return at a later date to collect them. Ben tries to negotiate a solution with the landlord.
By us telling him he's got to get all this stuff out now, it's causing a problem. So I would suggest letting him come back with, like the rest of them, to get their stuff. What we'll do is when they arrange a day, all the tenants
In one time.
one time. Okay, let me just go back in.
Ben has managed to get the landlords on side.
Okay, I've spoken with the landlord and lady.
Yeah.
They have agreed to let you store your stuff here for the few days like you've asked. Okay?
Right.
Do not take this kindness as weakness, okay?
No, it's not.
I'm going update party.
Just as the eviction seems to be back on track,
You are Patrick?
Yes.
one of Serge's subtenants arrives home, and he's in for a shock.
I paid my rent.
I understand that.
And
I understand.
What actually happens here? What's happened here? He didn't pay or what?
He didn't pay.
He wants to know why he's being evicted when he's always paid rent to Serge.
This is just ridiculous. You don't pay the rent. He said you don't pay the rent. You know what I mean? That means what is the
You told me.
truth then?
I don't know.
Listen. Do you know the real story?
Yes, you've told me. You've told me.
Good, thank you. So
What about if I'm 100 miles away,
Patrick, listen. I told you that we were gonna move in December, right?
Yeah, but that's not the point. You know what I mean?
No.
What? I will be homeless or what? You know what I mean?
You're not gonna be homeless.
You don't
Yeah,
know.
well,
I don't be homeless because I haven't had accommodation already 2 months. You know what I mean?
The agents have been in the house for almost an hour and a half. The first subtenants are finally leaving.
Yeah, good. Might be old, but I'm good.
Thank you.
I'm just sorry that you're in a position, and I hope today gets better for you.
Yeah. I was not even. I think no one was aware.
And that's the sad part of it.
Yeah. He signed contracts with everyone, taking deposits. He's done things the right way. So obviously, no one had any doubts about anything.
But wish you good luck from
Thank
here on.
you.
Finally, 2 hours after the agent's arrival, Serge leaves the property. But despite subletting the house and owing £14,000 in rent, he still feels he's been wronged by the landlords.
Looking at it from a point of view of others, they're thinking, okay, he's gone away with 14 grand of rent, right? But the whole of this eviction process is a painful process, right? I had a 3 years agreement on this house, which has come short because of the problems I encountered. I'm the one that's been treated in an unfair manner. if they're throwing me out, probably that 14 grand is some kind of compensation, don't you think? So I'm using it to get accommodation now.
Ben hears that Serge already has a plan.
He's got another property. You know that? He's got another property.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to do the exact same thing over and over again.
You'll be there in 6 months.
The family will have to decide whether to pursue Serge for the £14,000 he owes. But for now, the agent's work is done. More than half of small businesses are worried about cash flow, with many struggling to pay invoices on time. Late payments are causing more and more businesses to go into debt, and some to fold altogether. Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are in Worthing, Sussex, to collect a large debt from a car parts company.
Right. Dale, me old cocker. What we got next, mate?
We are going to AGB Parts Limited. In the first instance, we're looking to collect £10,121.
It's a lot of bloody parts, isn't it?
Yeah.
The money is owed to a van rental business after AJB Parts hired vehicles and returned them in a damaged condition.
Do you want to go in there?
AJB Parts is registered at the home of its owner, Mr. Greg Berek.
5th floor.
5th floor? Always.
It's always right.
Always the way, isn't it? Yeah.
Mr. Barrack has the keys. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm looking for AJB Parts Limited.
Yeah.
Is that you?
No, not me.
Who's that then?
My husband.
Is he in?
No.
Where is he?
He's in work, I think, at the moment.
Can you contact him?
Yes.
We're from the High Court. It's regarding a debt.
Mm-hmm. Can I repeat?
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Berwick?
Yeah, that's me.
Yes, my name's Mr. Anglin. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Yes?
I've got a High Court writ regarding monies you owe to Rossets UK.
Oh. I'm quite confused because I start paying them back money.
What?
So I don't know what you will do.
Mr. Berek says he's been paying the debt off in instalments, but the claimant went to the High Court to speed up the process, and it must be settled today. Dell needs him to come home to discuss the matter face to face.
Well, how far are you from your house, sir?
Sorry?
Where are you working, sir? Where do you work?
Airport.
Okay.
Can you pass me to my wife?
Yeah, she's here, she's listening.
Yes.
Ale to nie puszczę, powiem, że nie ma. No dobra, no już jest.
Okay. He will be here in 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
good.
can you wait?
I'll be happy to wait, no
Yeah.
problem at all.
Mrs. Berek and her child suddenly leave in the lift.
Do you notice how adept she was at making sure the door was closed? Oh, yes. So, it tells me we're not the first. Well, it tells me she's been warned.
The agents are suspicious and do some digging while they wait for Greg Berek to arrive. A letter of enforcement has already been sent to his workplace.
Oh, amazing. I've got some new details. He said he had a unit down by the airport. I've actually found out what the unit is from the claimant. They've given us those details. If we don't want to pay, we'll have to go to him then, won't we?
If the agents can't get Greg to settle the debt when he arrives, Brian has a plan B. They'll go to his unit at the airport and seize his business assets.
I've got the unit he's training from. I don't want him to be aware of that.
Absolutely correct.
Okay.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. We'll just say, look, much more we can do here.
You've got to be able to think out the box a little bit, and if you can keep the element of surprise, it's all good. You've got every chance of recovering something.
45 minutes later, company owner Greg Berek arrives home.
Hello.
Oh, are you Greg?
Yes,
How are you, Greg? How are you?
Good, guys.
We have a High Court writ for just over £10,000. Long story short, you need to get £10,000. Okay.
Yeah, but how I can pay if I don't have money? Seriously, because this is not just one bill what I have to pay. You know, it's some bills what I have to pay as well.
At the end of the day, this bill needs to take priority because this has got a High Court writ. Look, I just want to collect the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have nothing.
You see that big man there, my colleague? He doesn't have the patience that I have.
I understand, but you know what I can say.
The agents want to give Greg one last chance to resolve the matter now.
50%, £400 a week arrangement.
Do you want to pay half of it?
I don't have.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Let's go.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
But Brian and Dell haven't finished with Greg yet.
Okay.
Let's have a look down there, mate. He's got money around him. He don't want to pay it.
Greg may think he's off the hook, but the agents are about to surprise him at his workplace. And this case is far from over.
Tell you, he's shooting straight back down there now, mate.
We'll see him down there.
Worthing, Sussex. Brian and Dell were trying to collect a £10,000 debt owed to a vehicle rental business by company owner Greg Barek.
Hi, good morning. I'm looking for AJB Parts Limited.
Yeah, my husband.
Greg let slip where his business was based.
Where are you working, sir? Where do you work?
I've got the unit he's training from. I don't want him to be aware of that.
Absolutely correct.
When Greg met the agents outside his home, he claimed he couldn't pay.
Look, I just want to collect the money.
I don't have nothing.
The agents had a plan.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
And let him leave.
Let's go. He's shooting straight back down there now, mate.
We'll see him down there.
Now Brian and Dell are on their way to see if Greg has returned to his airport unit.
We're on the trial again. We're on the trail.
If he's there and still refuses to pay, the agents will seize his business assets to cover the debt.
So how do you want to play this one? Just get there and call him out?
Cool. Gloves are off him if we find his assets and that down there. It's for him to prove what's with what and who's with who.
Brian and Dell's tactics appear to have paid off.
Let's just call there.
Oh, yeah.
I think you're fine. What's on the boxes, mate?
I don't know, but you know what?
Go in there.
I'm about to go and find out.
The large warehouse is full of goods.
Hello again, Greg. This is where you're at, yeah? AGB Parts.
No, it's not. It's not here. Here is completely different business. We're working for them.
You're working for them?
Yeah.
What's the score?
He says he's just working for them.
Okay. Okay, do you want to get your governor out then? We'll stand and talk to him.
Sorry?
Do you want to get your boss out then?
No, it's not here.
Greg claims that his company, AJB Parts, is not based at the warehouse and that he's working here for a different business. But the agents are suspicious.
We're going to have a problem, aren't we?
Why?
Well, Unit 18, AJB Parts Limited.
Here? What's the check we're doing here then?
Your company's here.
No, it's not here.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying.
Oh dear. At the end of the day, I want you to pay this debt.
Yeah, that's what I said to you. I will pay.
What did I say to you?
Yeah, I will pay, but like I said, I don't have the money to pay that.
Find the money to pay half of it then.
I don't will find today. Seriously.
When debtors lie to me, I kind of smile to myself, but I'll only let the lie go for so long. When you've got a High Court writ and you've got the right person in front of you and you're there, they've got assets that need to be removed if they're not going to pay, then that's what you're going to do.
The paperwork proves that AJB Parts is based at the warehouse, so Brian and Dell can seize assets to cover the £10,000 debt.
Okay, have you got receipts, invoices for everything here, yeah?
This is the stuff what just arrived today.
Okay, what's arrived today?
Boxes, nothing more.
Greg now claims that most of the goods in the warehouse don't belong to AJB Parts.
Right, let's start from the back.
Brian and Dell investigate the stock.
Who does the tow truck belong? Not tow truck, the electric forklift, yeah.
What belongs to the owner who's coming now. I don't have nothing, basically just for this here.
It appears multiple companies are trading at the warehouse, and Greg's company only owns a small amount of the stock. But Brian hopes that the threat of taking away what little he does have will prompt Greg to pay.
Okay, we'll call a vehicle down to remove goods. Stuff that you can't provide invoices for, we'll take control of, okay? Yeah?
The reality of his situation finally sinks in.
He's on the phone now. He was on the phone a minute ago. So sometimes you need to just give him that little, come on, sort yourself out.
Greg finally has an offer for the agents.
1,200 quid, maybe 15, but on Friday I will try to do the best and manage 2.5. This is maximum what I can do. Seriously, if you think it's not, take a stop. Basically, I will have to finish everything. I will go to bankrupt.
Well,
and on the end of the day, no one don't take any money.
When somebody can't pay and they have little assets, we'll look at their financial situation, but we have to exhaust all avenues in trying to collect it before we consider doing an arrangement.
After an hour at the warehouse...
I'm trying.
Are you?
Yes, I'm trying.
The agents think they've pushed Greg as far as he can go.
Let's do the 15 today.
Let's accept what you're saying. We'll bring the 15, get the 1,500, then we can set an arrangement that you can afford to pay. How does that sound?
Okay.
A deal is done. £1,500 today, another £2,500 by the end of the week, and then £1,000 a month for the next 6 months. Greg heads home to get the cash.
I just think we've caught him a little bit on the up where the money's concerned.
He knew this was coming.
20 minutes later, Greg is back with the £1,500.
Well done. Okay. Thank you very much. Be good.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Excellent.
Greg will now have to stick to his payment plan to clear the remaining £8,500, or the agents will be back. Property repairs are now the leading cause of dispute between tenant and landlord. Over a third of all UK landlords claim they've had their property damaged in the last year. At the same time, 250,000 tenants have withheld rent, claiming their landlords have taken too long to make urgent repairs.
This is a two-way road, 30 mile an hour speed limit. I notice you're doing 35.
I'm not, I'm doing 30.
Watching these junctions left and right, there might be children lurking behind this car. Watch the bollards.
I'm listening to the bollards.
High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are in London to carry out another eviction.
The writ we have this morning is a writ of possession.
Where is it?
The landlords claim they've lost £20,000 as their tenant Faisal Azim hasn't paid rent for a year.
It doesn't say that the landlords are meeting us. The landlords may or may not be there.
Mr. Azim and his family have already had notice of the eviction, and he's packing the car, ready to leave.
That's those people moving there.
Oh, well, there you go. Let me quickly get out. This is going to be one of those ones. Hello.
I've got family in the house. We know what you're here for. Listen, what I need from you, let me phone the council. Yes.
What are you ringing the council for?
So they're gonna have to. He told me to give me a ring as soon as you arrive, because obviously I've got 8 children, my friend. Yeah.
This is your house.
I've got 3 kids in there.
Let's stop you there. This is your house.
Yeah, and
right, let's try again. I'm Paul.
Hello, Mr. Ahmed Omar. Can you give me a ring, please? The Baileys are here. You told me they'll call you when they arrive. Can you call me back ASAP, please? Yeah. Thank you.
As there are 8 children in the house, Mr. Azim has been waiting for the agents to arrive so that he can take the eviction notice to the council and seek emergency accommodation.
This is for you.
All right.
Okay.
Mr. Azim claims he stopped paying the rent when the landlord refused to do repairs to the house.
Look, I've gone and paid for a skip myself. I've left no dump for them. I've cleaned my property. You know what I mean? I'm not making a scene. They're making a scene, mate. And if you know the scene can get only accelerate. We're not making one. If you're going to make one, we'll give you one, mate. It's not a biggie. We've all been to prison. Don't mind going again.
Despite his dispute with the landlord, Mr. Azim seems willing to leave. But then the landlord's agent arrives, and Mr. Azim's brother becomes agitated.
So you're the agent?
I'm the agent.
Okay.
Tempers are rising, but then the landlords themselves arrive.
Hi, Paul. I'm Monica,
Hello.
landlady.
Do they know you?
I think they know me, yeah.
Yeah, just don't go in there yet.
Okay.
We know from experience that if the landlord is standing behind us or is visible to the tenant, the whole situation is likely to be turbocharged. It's purely aggravating if he is.
Mr. Azim is concerned about his family's belongings.
Got a big sofa in there, a couple of washing machines and that. Am I going to be able to get that?
Yes, you are going
to.
You are going to be able to get back in there. Yes.
When is that?
Well, you need to make an arrangement with the landlord.
You need to make this arrangement for me, then, Gaff, because these people here, they're not communicative at all.
Okay. Well, what we'll do is, I'm going to put this on your door. This is our office number.
The last of the belongings are packed, and Mr. Azim and his family leave. Monica and her parents are now free to return.
It's been terribly stressful.
The house was originally for you and your sisters?
Yes, I mean, my parents bought it as an investment for my sisters and I, so we rented it out to a family. But right now, we're in debt for £20,000. My mum and dad are suffering.
The tenant's assertion that they withheld rent because repairs weren't carried out is a surprise to the family.
Is that what you said? He's withholding the rent?
Withholding the rent because there was water coming through the roof.
Why didn't he ever tell us that?
The property has been managed by an agency. This is the first time the family have been inside for a year, and they're in for a shock.
It's disgusting, isn't it, really, all this? I mean, look at the kitchen. It's totally wrecked it, haven't they? I think they did it on purpose, you know.
Upstairs, the scale of the damage becomes clear.
They destroyed the whole house, in it, really, basically.
Well, you've got 8 children here and presumably 2 or 3 adults.
Monica's father thinks that the problem in the house isn't damp as the tenants claimed.
They haven't been opening window at all, innit?
It's condensation. It's condensation everywhere.
This building should have been inspected every so often, but obviously it's not been done properly. It's going to cost us a lot of money. I just can't comprehend it, actually. I've never seen a place like this.
The smell and the state of the property proves too much for Monica and her mother.
Excuse me, we just need to get past before my mum vomits. I cannot breathe in there. I mean, you can tell it's it smells like animal urination, this and that.
The eviction is complete, but Monica and her family now face another battle.
I mean, the nightmare's over now, but this is just the start of another nightmare, which is to retrieve the money and fix the property, which is, to me, just seems beyond repair. it's been fairly emotional, you know, for my mom.
Monica and her family have got their house back, but Brian and Dell are about to meet a woman who stands to lose what little she owns.
I don't want to take your stuff.
Well, you have to, because there's a kid.
Listen, Leslie, do you understand the implications?
In the past 10 years, average personal debt in the UK has increased by nearly 20%, reaching almost £50,000. As Britons continue to borrow more and more, almost 1 in 3 will struggle to pay off these mounting debts. High Court enforcement agents Brian and Dell are on the Kent coast with a writ to recover over £6,000.
Lovely on the old seafront here in Margate.
Yeah, look at
I haven't been down there for years. My mum used to take me down here as a child.
We're going to see Miss Leslie Clark. She owes money to Mr. and Mrs. John Cressy. In the first instance, we're looking to collect £6,176.77.
The debtor, Leslie Clark, was taken to the county court 3 years ago for unpaid rent on her previous property, but the debt was never paid. Now her former landlords have escalated the case to the High Court to get it resolved.
So, what numbers are here?
17. It's going to be...
It's going to be here then. Let's leave this here for now.
The team need immediate payment, or they can seize possessions to cover the debt.
Ooh.
Hello. Hello. At least they're friendly. How are you?
Good for you.
My name's Brian. I'm looking for Leslie Clark. How are you? I'm from the High Court. I'm here with the High Court writ. The claims are Mr. and Mrs. Cressy. John Cressy? Cressy? Yeah, what was that for? Rent arrears?
Well, yeah, they evicted me from the house and everything, but I haven't heard anything since then.
Okay, come on, let's get you in. Rooney, come on in, you get. What they've done is, they've upgraded it to the High Court for us to pursue you to collect the money outstanding. We've got a balance of £6,176.77. There's a copy of the writ for you. So, why did they evict you?
Because I got into a bit of trouble with paying the rent. It didn't go on for very long.
Fine. Are you working at the moment?
I don't work.
You don't work at all? So is there any way we can get these funds paid?
I don't have any money.
You don't?
No.
Leslie claims she can't pay, so the agents need to change their approach.
If you read the High Court writ, it clearly states on there that we're commanded to take control of any assets or goods that you may have here to cover this debt.
I don't have anything. It's my partner's house, Mr. Sykes. He works on P&O Ferries.
Okay. So how do we move forward from here? What we need, if we can't get this paid, we're going to have to look around and see what assets there are. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to have a little think or make some telephone calls and see what you can do. That would be great.
I haven't got anyone to call.
No?
I've got 5 children and I don't think they're going to be.
Okay.
The seriousness of the situation doesn't seem to be registering with Leslie.
We're going to go down the route of possible enforcement and removal of goods then, yeah? Because you can't pay it at all.
Okay then, if that's what you have to do.
Well, yeah, because you can't pay it.
No, I can't. I don't work, so.
Okay, fine. We'll do that. Okay, thank you. I don't think it's really kicked in yet. But maybe I'll try a bit harder and maybe push the point and say, look, this is what's happening. Maybe she needs to hear that a bit more.
Well, look, I don't want to take your stuff. I don't.
Well, you have to.
What if you can pay?
I can't pay. I don't work.
There must be something we can sit down and organise. Because Leslie, listen, Leslie, do you understand the implications? No. How do you support yourself financially?
Financially, I don't. My half, he pays the bills. Yeah, I just.
All right.
Dell wants to find out how Leslie got into debt.
So you haven't worked?
No, I've never worked. I brought up 5 children. I was carer to my mum. I just started care work and was in college. And then my other two sons are estranged from anyway, so.
You don't have any contact at all?
Oh no, they're from my first marriage, my first husband. They're with him.
So you never got any money or anything from the divorce?
No.
So when you came here, what did you come here with? Nothing?
My children.
The children and the clothes on your back?
A black sack and a pushchair.
It seems that Leslie was left with almost nothing after a divorce fractured her family.
You've had a tough time with that, haven't you?
I have, but I say Roy's here now.
He's a good man, isn't he?
He is lovely. He is lovely.
Sometimes there are underlying issues that we need to be aware of. We do try and show a lot of empathy, but we still have to do our job, and we have to please everybody, which is quite difficult.
Leslie has been through a family crisis, but if she can't find a way to settle the debt, her former landlords could force her into bankruptcy.
What could you and Bryceton afford
I wish
to...
he was here now, but he does week on, week off, and he went yesterday, so he's back next.
I'll tell you what, why don't you give him a call, tell him that we're happy to do an arrangement for you, and let us know what figure you come up with. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. The agent's only option is to set up a payment plan, but as she has no income of her own, Leslie calls her partner Royston for help.
I've got like the High Court writ, and I told him I haven't got the money. Don't worry about me, they are very nice people, so don't worry, I know you're so far away and you're probably panicking, but if I give you to the man, yeah?
Hi, Royston.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you? Thank you very much for your time. What we need to know is what figure we can get a month towards this debt. Bearing in mind it's about £6,000.
So nearly all my wages goes on the household bills and stuff,
Yeah.
so I haven't got anything.
What could we afford?
Oh God. I mean, I could only do like, I don't know, between £50 and £100 a month.
So if you say £100 a month, how's that sound?
Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
All right. When somebody can't pay and they have little assets, we look at their financial situation and make the right decisions. You know, we understand people are having difficult times, so we have to look at what's in front of us and try and help as best we can.
Yeah.
Okay, leave it to me. We'll get back to you. We'll give you a text or something so we're not annoying you. All right.
Right. Okay.
All right, chap. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you.
There you go. Okay, let's go down to the kitchen. Let's get all this paperwork written out.
Royston is only able to pay a fraction of the debt each month, but it's clear to the agents that he's pushed himself to the limit. Brian accepts his offer.
Listen, thank you. I know it's been difficult for you today. Yeah.
It's just a bit shocked, because I've never heard from him.
Well, we appreciate you having a smile on your face. Yeah. But you know, you didn't have to be, did you? You could have been all effing and blind and all sorts, couldn't you?
Oh, my mum's alive, she'd kill me for this.
Would she?
The case is over for now, but if Leslie doesn't keep up with the repayments, the agents will have to seize what few possessions she has.
Bye-bye, Leslie.
Bye-bye, thank you.
I mean, to be fair, that'd be paid off in 5-6 years if she doesn't miss a beat. You know, 5-6 years of her life. Sounds like a long time, but when you get to our age, it flies by pretty quick, doesn't it?
Anyway, should we go for a dip then, Delroy? He's over there.
I'm not, treading water is not my thing.
It's a game of allies and loyalties as 5-star steps inside the...
Over the last 6 years, there's been a huge increase in cash flow difficulties faced by UK businesses. 100,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in England and Wales last year. Delroy Anglin and his son Dale are High Court enforcement agents.
This is what I should take a session then?
Yeah.
What do I know?
I don't know. What do you know?
They travel hundreds of miles each week, collecting debts and seizing goods.
Okay, Dale, what have we got?
We've got a company called Creative Printer. Couldn't find anything online about them. Found a website, but we can't find anything to confirm an address.
Today, they're on their way to a printing company in East London to collect a debt of nearly £2,000 owed to a dissatisfied customer.
Yeah, look, Creative Printer
house.
If the owner of the company, Mohammed Rahman, can't or won't pay today, the agents have the right to seize company assets to offset the debt.
Hello, looking for a Creative Printer? Hello, buddy. High Court enforcement agent. Just need to speak to the boss. Is he here? Cheers, mate. Yeah, it's fine. See you, mate. Hello, you the boss?
Yeah.
How you doing? My name's Dale Anglin. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Okay.
I've got a High Court writ against Creative Printer. I'm here for the sum of £1,971 and 7 pence.
Okay.
Are you able to make that payment, sir?
We are talking about this one with a court.
What, are you disputing it?
Yeah.
Even though Mr. Rahman is disputing the case, the agents are duty-bound to enforce the writ here today.
What's the dispute about then?
She printed a business card.
Yeah.
Yeah, she printed a business card.
Yeah, this is
This is what we printed.
Yeah.
As per the color, but she wanted this one, and we said, hang on, if you give us yellow color, you will get yellow color. If you give us like this color, you will get it like this color. You know what I mean? Then she took us to the court.
In spite of his argument with the claimant, Dell needs Mr. Rahman to understand that he must settle his debt today.
What happens is the money, when you pay it to us, stays with us, right? Whilst you do this, and you go to court, and the judge is the referee. If the judge decides that you're in the right, you will get the money back. If the judge decides that she's in the right, you will lose the money.
But Mr. Rahman isn't interested.
A dispute not to pay this.
It's a small amount in relation to what you do, right? The easiest way would be to pay this amount. You can't or won't?
I can't pay that straightforward because we are in a process with disputing this one.
Dell tries again to get Mr. Rahman to settle the debt.
We don't get involved in disputes. We carry out the court's instructions. If you would rather this disruption, it doesn't make sense to me, but if you don't want to pay it, we have to remove goods.
Nothing is Creative Printers.
You'd have to prove that to me.
What do you want me to prove?
I'd have to see the proof for everything, who owns everything in here.
Yeah, it's Creative Distribution UK Limited.
After refusing to pay, Mr. Rahman claims that none of the assets in the factory are owned by Creative Printer, the company named on the writ, but by Creative Distribution Limited. But Dale is suspicious.
What do they do?
Who?
Creative Distribution UK Limited.
Creative Distribution is the printing company, and creativeprinter.co.uk is the website who sells stuff.
You advertise your company as Creative Printer. Everywhere outside it says Creative Printer. It's the same thing.
No.
I'm telling you, you can battle it out in court when I remove goods from here. I'm not going to battle it out in court.
Nothing is owned by Creative Printer.
The agents need to see hard evidence that Mr. Rahman is telling the truth and that there are two separate companies.
You need to produce every piece of paper, whatever it is you want to do, to go and do.
Says server. I will show you the server belongs to.
I'm not going to go through every. What about this one? What about this one? What about this one?
We're just
because I need to see it for everything in here. Whose is the server? Yeah, I need to see it. I need to see the proof.
Show me the receipt.
Yeah, for everything, please.
People often try to put you off the scent when dealing with a business. We have to be dogged. We have to be diligent. We have to sort of dig in there. The change of names, a different company being set up. Part of our job is to investigate and have a look and see if you do have assets.
I'm not going to sit here all day and wait for your receipts. This is one item. How much items do you think we're going to take for this bill? And I'm not going to sit here all day and wait for it.
The agents have now been at the factory for an hour and a half, and so far Mr. Rahman has only provided one receipt for the assets on site.
Computers.
Computer receipt, I can't show.
You can't show me.
I can get it from the accountant office saying that all this property belongs to you.
I don't want a letter from the accountant. I want a receipt.
Yeah.
No worries, we need to shut these down, guys. We're going to start unplugging all the computers. I've been here a long time and we've got nowhere.
Dale decides to turn up the pressure.
I'm closing them.
No, fine.
I'm closing them. We're removing goods from here, so please don't do that.
I'm saying no.
I'm telling you we're taking stuff.
No.
We are.
No.
We're removing goods from here.
No, I'm saying you cannot take it.
I'm telling you we are taking it.
Mr. Rahman decides to take action.
You are playing with me.
we are taking it.
You're playing.
You're asking
me
not
to
supplied
show off,
anything.
and now you are just taking it. That's not
Because you haven't supplied anything.
Get your hands off me. This premises is belongs
Get your
to...
hands off me.
No,
Get your hands off of me.
You hold fingers.
No, I ain't listening. I've had enough of you.
We've been here for hours listening.
If you are breaking it, it's going to be trouble.
I've asked you to move, right? Yeah, get it on video camera. Move.
Resisting the agents carrying out their duties is a criminal offence.
Why are you stopping us?
You are not giving me a chance to take...
We've given you a chance. We've been here for hours. You're not listening.
No.
Let the police come and we just empty it. I've had enough of all this. All you've done is caused botheration and problems.
Please.
With tempers rising, Dale calls for police backup.
There's a High Court enforcement agent. I'm carrying out a High Court writ at premises. We've started removing goods, but they're obviously obstructing us and trying to grab us to stop us taking anything.
I've seized it.
Yeah,
right?
you can seize it.
I can.
Company.
I'm taking it.
You cannot seize any other company.
I can. You are resisting us, right?
You are holding my stuff.
It's not your stuff. We are taking it.
No, you cannot take it.
Move from there.
No.
With Mr. Rahman refusing to back down, Dale and Dell are in a potentially threatening situation. Will they be able to keep things under control until the police arrive? High Court enforcement agents Dell and Dale Anglin were in Canning Town, East London, to collect a debt of nearly £2,000 owed by a printing company to a dissatisfied customer.
I can't pay that.
You can't or won't?
Company director, Mr. Rahman, claimed all the assets were owned by another business, Creative Distribution.
Nothing is owned by Creative Printer.
He refused to pay and tried to stop the agents when they tried to seize goods.
Why are you stopping us?
You are not giving me a chance to take...
We've given you a chance. We've been here for hours. You're not listening.
No.
So they called for police backup.
Please.
Now the agents must try and calm the situation down and continue to seize goods to offset the £2,000 debt. But Mr. Rahman is still obstructing the agents.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
What are you doing?
Why are you doing that?
If you're doing like
Why are you doing that? I was standing there, he pushed me.
What are you doing?
No.
Gonna jump in, are you?
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I'm getting you off me. Let go of me. Let go of me. Please. Thank you. Please stop grabbing me.
Look, behave.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
What are you doing?
He doesn't want you to take the computer.
Well, we have to take it because he doesn't want to pay it, does he?
Why are you doing that?
It's not our problem.
Mr. Rahman is still claiming the assets on site belong to a different company, Creative Distribution, and not Creative Printer, named on the writ.
Why are you grabbing me?
It says Creative Distribution. Okay, look at that. It says Creative Distribution.
Okay, it's a nice sticker.
Thank you
Have you got the receipts for the stuff in here? Please.
Why can't he behave?
No, you didn't behave.
Manhandling who? For what reason? Why would you manhandle me?
It's my premises. I can stand here.
Stand there. Stand there.
Stand there then.
Okay.
You're welcome to stand there.
Okay. It's my premises.
Don't be pushing on us. Stand. If you're going to stand there, stand there.
Please. Doesn't make any sense what you're doing. Doesn't make any sense.
It's a stalemate, but then the police arrive.
It's to do with a breach of peace upstairs. When we started seizing items to remove, obviously there was a big obstruction. There's obviously grabbing us and trying to drag us away from the computers and stuff.
It is a problem with another company, nothing to do with this company. The company they came in for, that's just a website.
From the minute I got here, I said to you, I need the receipts. That's what I said to you from the minute I've got here. And you've shown me one.
They cannot take someone else's stuff.
No, but you have to prove to me whose stuff it
I
is.
did.
They have a legal right to obtain properties from here,
Okay.
whether you agree with it or not, and they need to do their job, don't they? Any disputes that you have needs to go to court, Mr. Rahman.
Mr. Rahman is still adamant he won't pay. He now decides to film the police with his mobile phone.
And you guys are not doing anything, even though we call you, is a trespass, as well as they're taking wrong company stuff.
Rahman, you're not listening, are you?
Dell's patience is being stretched to the limit.
He's threatened a breach of the peace. We are going to remove, and if he obstructs me again, you'll have to arrest him. That's all he's been doing all day.
So you're going to remove another company's property?
I'm going to remove that. You haven't satisfied me as to who owns that. So I will. Don't start again. Don't
Look at
start
that.
again.
Look, Mr. Officer. Look at that. Mr. Stamp. Look at that.
They're going to take you away. They're going to take you away, mate.
So they are taking another company. Even look.
Yes, Rahman. Come here, please.
Let's just give you a friendly word of warning.
If your behaviour continues, persist to prevent them from doing their job, then we're going to be forced to have no choice but to arrest you for breach of the peace. And believe me, you don't want to do that.
I will not pay a single penny, which is unfair.
Okay, well, that's your choice.
We've gone through this with him. It's not unfair because he has the option to get the money back. Pay it, right? And we leave, and you go to the judge with your argument, and you have your argument. No, you've said too much. Are you going to pay it or not?
Come and talk then. Let me talk to you.
Suddenly, Mr. Rahman wants to talk to Dale in private.
I can't do anything until this is paid. A debit card. Try. I don't know if you want to make some calls, see if anyone can help you pay this amount. But I don't, like I said.
I did not even pay anyone's wages.
The truth about Mr. Rahman's situation finally emerges.
We've been struggling last few months, and there is no money. I can show you the bank account if you don't trust.
The agents have been at the factory for 4.5 hours.
Tell us some solution.
There's nothing, we have to remove you. We have to. There's no money, so we have to. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah, just wait another few moments. I just made a couple of calls.
Yeah, cool.
Finally, Mr. Rahman is starting to raise some money.
You got what, sir?
Another 300.
So you're at how much? 800 now?
He offers the agents £885, nearly half of the money owed.
How are you paying the 885? Card?
Couple of cards.
How much in this one?
385.
7.
But it's not him, it's his employees who are having to stump up the cash.
And the other one, 500 and the other one.
All of this is unnecessary and could have been avoided. But in my experience, the lesser amounts that we have to collect cause the most aggravation. They would lose more money by not working a day, the company that is, than if you paid this, go to court and put your case in front of the judge.
The agents decide to give Mr. Rahman 48 hours to raise the rest of the money he owes.
So you need to call. That's what needs to be paid. 2 days. Mohammed, I'm going. See you later.
5 hours after they first arrived, the case is resolved for now. But if Mr. Rahman doesn't pay the £1,100 still owed within 2 days, the agents will be back. There are nearly 5 million self-employed people in the UK. However, they earn on average 40% less than company employees. Research has shown that the self-employed had an average debt of nearly 20 times their income. Enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Freckleton, North Lancashire, to collect a debt of just over £785 owed by a barber's shop in unpaid rent.
I think it's going to be a dead giveaway when we walk in that we don't need a haircut today.
If the owner, Lindsay DeSanti, can't or won't pay, the agents can seize goods to cover the debt today.
You think it's the one called the Village Barbers?
It is indeed.
Oh, someone's in, having a cut. They're going to get...
interrupted.
It's a nice little village, though. Hello there, are you okay? Yeah. We've been sent in by the landlords.
By the landlord?
Yeah, with regards to outstanding rent.
Oh, no. This.
Well, it is what it is, I'm afraid.
Where from? Show me the proof of outstanding rent.
Well, the landlord's instructed us to collect that amount.
Well, you get that knobhead on the phone.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take
I want
control of
the
goods.
proof of this outstanding rent then.
Well, have you paid it?
What, my rent? Yes, it's
Yeah.
paid every single week.
Lindsay insists she's fully up to date with her rent payments, but the documents say otherwise.
So we're here now to collect a balance.
Well, you've not given me any notice. For what? You've not given me any notice
Oh, that's
that you're coming here. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't.
It has done, or else we wouldn't be here. I can understand it's a little bit stressful, okay? I completely understand. I do. But you can see it from our point of view. You've been instructed by the landlord to collect an outstanding balance.
Are you going to make payment? We'll be on our way, you see.
I'm not dealing with you, right? I want to know where the proof is that I've not paid that.
Lindsay calls her dad for help.
Dad, I need you at my shop ASAP. I've got bailiffs here saying I've not paid my rent. I need you here ASAP. I've got customers in. Yeah, switch me out. I need the proof. We need the proof, Dad.
I'm Lindsay's dad. Now, what's the problem?
We've been sent in by the landlord with regards to outstanding
He's
rent.
not the landlord. He's not the landlord.
Right, well, who is he then?
He's an agent.
She does pay rent by
Oh, there we go then,
direct
yeah, so he's been sent in by herself. So for some reason the rent hasn't been paid or there's been a miscommunication somewhere. We're here to collect an out.
Can you just, I'll be there in about 10 minutes, quarter of an hour. Can you hang on for me?
Yeah, okay, no problem at all, sir. We'll see you shortly.
Get him out of the shop.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. You might want to charge your phone, it's on 1%.
The thing with smaller communities is it's the embarrassment factor. When you walk into a little business and you've got 2 High Court enforcement agents there, you know within 5 minutes the whole village is going to know about it. So have you got proof that you paid for the last 3 months?
No,
If you pay weekly?
Yes, every week.
What's your rent a week?
100.
100 a week?
Yeah.
Lindsay still insists that she is up to date with her rent. Stuart needs to get to the heart of the matter.
Hi Andy, it's Stu, mate. You alright? Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like, she said, look, I'm paying it every week.
You've not got any proof to say that I haven't paid it.
And how long have you been here then?
How long have I been here?
Yeah, in the shop.
5 years.
Okay.
So you're saying I've missed 11 weeks?
600 pounds plus fees.
Fees?
Yeah, to collect this money. You got here for free.
Stuart comes back with news from the office.
Right, we've had a statement sent through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 weeks that hasn't been paid. That's why it's 600 quid. But then obviously there's costs on top of that, sadly. You must know, if you haven't been paying your rent, that this was going to happen.
I do feel sometimes sorry for defendants, you know, especially if it's their livelihood and their business, and you can see they've been working hard at it. But on the other side of the coin, if you're not paying your rent, you don't leave the landlord stroke claimant any choice in this matter, so we will come knocking on your door.
The agents have been in the shop for a quarter of an hour. So far, Lindsay hasn't made any offer of payment. The agents decide to turn up the pressure.
Everything in the shop belongs to you. Leather couches, everything.
Yeah. Well, this right up there, you're not taking it, are you?
Well, if I don't get payment,
Is there anything in the back here, Vic?
No, not really.
You're not removing anything.
Well-
I've got something all in my arms.
Right.
It's fine. We don't have to remove anything as long as our full balance being paid.
Lindsay's father arrives.
You alright? Hello there.
Right. Mr. Jackson.
That's me?
Yes.
Right. So, what was saying?
The 6 weeks of rent hasn't been paid, and the one from last week, which has obviously been up to date now. Okay.
Last week's gone.
Right.
So that's the total amount. So the total amount is
£1,104.
£1,104 in total.
Because of additional fees, the amount of money Lindsay now owes has increased by over £300.
The trouble is, going back a lot of years, there's history between the landlord's agent and Lindsay. He's a vindictive No, he's a vindictive, well, he is as well, but he's a vindictive gentleman. And he's been looking for something like this to hit Lindsay since they took over. Lindsay used to rent a flat from him. She had 2 little children at the time. The idiots of the village started lighting fires at the bottom of the stairs. So Lindsay moved out. She couldn't get 3 months' notice with people lighting fires at the bottom. He took Lindsay to court and he won.
So it cost us a fortune then?
Yeah. This is an ideal opportunity for him to just try and put another nail in her coffin.
Well, yeah.
Despite the long-running dispute with her landlord's agent, the debt must be settled today, one way or another.
I'm not happy about paying it all.
Just calm down.
I've been paying it all, no.
Just calm down, Lindsay. Now, how do you want me to pay you?
It needs to be the cash or debit card.
I can get to the building society,
Yeah.
but it will take me 3/4 of an hour.
What time is it now?
If you want to make an appointment to come back later, that's fine by me.
We won't be leaving here until the money's collected.
Right, that's fine.
So we can wait until about 10:15.
Right,
That's
I'm
not
on
a
my
problem.
way now.
Yeah. no
Okay,
problem at all.
please wait. Lindsay, we will have a meeting with the owners and we'll sort it
I'm not
out.
going to meet with Simon Rigby, I'm not going to meet with that knob.
Right, okay, look.
You'll sort it out. Yeah. No problem.
Lindsay, just sit down, calm down, leave your clothes sign on for now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you, sir.
See you later.
The agents have given Lindsay's father a 45-minute deadline to get the money. All they can do now is wait.
I suppose people talk and things like that, don't they?
It's a village life.
Yeah. I live in a village myself and it's can't do anything.
What's farting at people?
Yeah. How's business been going anyway? Has it been alright? No. She obviously is struggling at the moment. It's clear from that, by the way she's acting. If there is bad blood between the lettings agent, don't give them any excuses.
Shortly before the deadline, Lindsay's dad returns.
It is £1,104, sir, and we'll do you a receipt for the cash.
There's 1,000 there.
He pays the debt off in full.
Sorted. Right.
Okay.
Here's your receipt, sir. Alright.
Okay.
See you later.
Thank you. No worries, mate.
The agents have got the result they needed. But for Lindsay and her father, the dispute is far from over.
There's 2 sides to every story. Lindsay's at fault by missing a rent payment, but the thing is, why have they not communicated with me? I am joint tenant with Lindsay on this property.
His shop is literally half a mile down the road. In the village, yes.
And the village...
He drives past every day. Surely, if there was a problem...
Call in, don't you?
Not a phone call, nothing at all.
She was obviously very shocked when we first walked in, saying that she always pays, it's always up to date. And then when we showed her the statements, she kind of changed her tune a little bit, so she knew she was pulling the wool over our eyes. Or trying to even, yeah. But at the end of the day, father comes to the rescue.
Stuart and Vic have got a result in a difficult situation. But in Brian and Dell's next case,
Do you appreciate how distressing this is for us?
they meet a debtor whose case must be handled with great care.
Making me ill.
I'm not making you
Stress triggers off my illness.
According to a government report, bereaved families in the UK are finding it harder to pay for a funeral for their loved ones. 45% of Britons have made no provision for their funeral after they pass away, with typical costs ranging from £3,000 to £7,000. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are in Bedfordshire, chasing a debt of nearly £2,000 owed to a funeral director.
Del, what we got next, matey?
We're going to see Miss Karen Hilborn Gabe in Milton Keynes.
She owes £1,751.53.
The debtor, Karen Hilborn Game, originally owed just over £800 after failing to pay the full cost of her mother's funeral. But legal and high court fees have now more than doubled that amount. The sensitive nature of the debt means the agents will need to handle this case with care.
Hello. How are you? My name's Brian. I'm from the High Court. I'm looking for Karen Hilborn Game. Please. Is she here?
Yeah, she's behind.
Hey, can I speak to her, please? Hello.
Hi.
How are you? I've got a High Court writ made against you for monies outstanding.
Oh, you mean the for her mother's funeral? Well, we've actually contacted him several times.
Right.
We've offered some money.
Okay.
He's refused it every time. I've got an appointment.
Well, you need to deal with this. High Court can't wait for your appointment to deal with it.
I'm quite disabled at the moment.
Okay, what's your
I don't look it.
what's your
That's why
disability?
I'm going for treatment to help me with my. She has fibromyalgia.
So how can we get it resolved?
I've been trying to resolve it because I deal with her finances.
Okay.
She's my wife.
Okay.
I'm her carer. Her mother died after we cared for her.
Sorry to hear that.
Through terminal cancer.
Okay.
We paid all of her funeral up front because
Okay.
she was dying of cancer. We knew that.
Okay.
He then charged us an extra £450 to view her dead body
Right.
in the morgue.
I appreciate the circumstances. Yeah, it's clearly difficult. Yeah, and we understand that. The problem we have to work upon the High Court writ.
I told him we are more than happy to pay him
Okay.
£20 a month. He didn't want
He
that.
doesn't have to accept that.
No, I know he doesn't, but I can't afford to give him
Okay.
any more.
Well,
I'm
it's
her
not-
carer.
okay.
She's disabled. Unfortunately, can't work.
Okay, I understand she's disabled. All right.
Yeah, but so why
I understand
are
that.
you here?
Well, that's my job.
Well,
I'm
what
here.
is it you want?
You need to. Well, it needs to be paid.
Well, we don't have any
Okay.
money.
We don't get a lot of High Court writs where the debts are regarding the funeral. It can make your job difficult because that grieving process can go on for some considerable length of time. It's emotionally charged before you get there. You need to deal with the debt. They need to face up to the fact they need to deal with the debt. And that can take some time in getting their head round to it.
Del and Brian now have to work with the couple to get the matter resolved.
Do you appreciate how distressing this is for us?
Look, this situation wasn't incurred by us, okay? Now, at the end of the day, the gentleman who you have your dispute with has a business to run, okay? Right? So therefore...
Karen, I'm going to get this. Should have cost £4 to bury a fucking human being.
All right. Now he has a business to run, just like anyone else trying to earn a living. Now I don't know what the dispute is, but I've heard your side. There were two sides to everything.
Karen, I want to get this sorted so you can get your treatment. I'm not going now. We're paying what we can.
Which is what?
It's already been agreed. £5.
No, it hasn't been agreed. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. He hasn't agreed that at all.
It's because my mother died of cancer. We were caring for her for 2 years. And it was a very devastating time, and I lost my job because I was so ill. This is why you are here. And how disgusting this country is now that you harass disabled people.
Your argument is not with us.
I don't want to speak to you anymore.
Fine, don't.
You people are so disgusting.
Why?
Why don't you get a real job?
But we're doing our job.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Get a proper job where you can
We're doing our job.
rather than actually harassing people.
Well, are we shouting at you?
Debtors will use a high amount of emotion to deflect from having to pay a debt or to even acknowledge the debt. They're in that emotional cycle, they don't want to accept it, or they're not in a position to deal with it. Unfortunately, it doesn't change the fact that they owe the money.
The bottom line is you've incurred a debt.
Bullies to try and intimidate
Not at all.
a disabled woman
Not at all.
for money.
Do you know what this is
she
about?
couldn't afford to pay
Then
because
why
her
did
mother
you-
fucking died with no money and I had to pay £3 for a funeral. I haven't got £3. You're making me ill.
I'm not making you
Stress triggers off my illness,
Why
and
am I
now I'm
here?
probably not going to be able to walk for 3
Why?
days because of you.
Okay.
people.
Why are we here?
You don't
Or
understand. Go
haven't?
and fucking research fibromyalgia.
No, I don't.
And
I'm
you'll find out that actually stress causes such trauma.
Brian and Del now have a dilemma. They're duty-bound to execute the writ. But with no offer of payment looking likely, they must start to look for assets they can seize, despite the sensitivity of the situation.
Just made some inquiries. There's a driver vehicle around the back here, a black and white vehicle. Just want to make some inquiries with it.
The agents have found Karen's car Brian calls for a vehicle check.
I need to do HPI check on a vehicle.
If the car is free of finance, its value would more than cover the nearly £2,000 debt. But as Karen is disabled, they need to check whether this is the right course of action.
We'd have to look at all the circumstances before making that type of decision, particularly if it's their only means of getting to and from hospital or other medical facilities. So it's not an easy one, but their attitude don't make things easy to resolve. So.
Minutes later, Brian hears back about the vehicle check.
Yeah, it's coming up as a mobility vehicle.
Okay, no, that's fine. Bye. So there's obviously a disability issue here. She's getting carer's allowance. She's got a mobility vehicle. She has vulnerability issues, in my view. She didn't seem vulnerable when she's standing there screaming and shouting, but we have to take into consideration what they're telling us.
With no offer of payment and no goods to seize, the agents have no choice but to walk away empty-handed for now. They leave a copy of the writ for Karen. If she doesn't pay within a month, the agents will be back. It's been a stressful case for everyone concerned.
There was that emotional cycle that we couldn't get through. We couldn't communicate. It was very, very hard. It's a difficult situation. We understand that. We're stereotyped as individuals who are, difficult, but we're not.
I feel like there are so many disabled people in this country at the moment that aren't getting the support they need. And to top it all off, if somebody suddenly lost their job, how are they going to be able to afford to pay ridiculous amounts of money? I'm sorry, but I want to go back to court. I'm going to get a legal subpoena and I'm going to try and find a way to fight this, all of this. And when they see our incomings and outcomings, they will know that we can't actually afford to pay more than what we suggested in the first place.
Nearly 60% of UK businesses face some sort of debt, and 99% of these are small or medium-sized enterprises. More than 1 in 3 small business owners draws less than £100 income each month, leaving them with a constant struggle to stay on top of their finances. (8:30 a.m. Sleaford, Lincolnshire). High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are chasing a debt of nearly £5,000 owed by the owner of a computer repair business.
And we're going to visit Mr. Philip Brace.
Mr. Brace?
This morning. And Mr. Brace needs to pay us £4,747.58.
The debt is for unpaid rent. Mr. Brace's landlord has escalated the case to the High Court to get his money back quickly.
You've done that before, haven't you? 18. 16.
It opens at 9 o'clock.
Hey, someone's coming, mate.
Hello there, sorry, okay. We're after Mr. Brace.
That's me.
Mr. Brace, my name's Mr. McCracken, this is my colleague Mr. Victor. We're High Court enforcement agents from Direct Collection Bailiffs Limited. We've got a High Court writ, sir, to execute to the value of £4,747.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Are you able to make payment, sir?
At the moment, no, I'm not.
Alright, okay, because we are instructed to remove goods, sir, unless payment can be made.
What's the debt about?
Well, it's unpaid rent.
Rent. For this property?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, but basically, I've been having problems with the landlord anyway in here because he was supposed to have come in and sorted out some damp and sorts of rubbish for this place.
Right.
He's never turned up, so I've basically sort of stopped paying the rent, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of stuff in here, obviously being electrical stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That will get damaged with all the debt.
I must admit, I'm not making any money out of the place.
Right.
Thing is, you say make a payment, but it'd just be like, excuse my French, pissing in the ocean. You know what I mean? It's not going to make a great deal of difference.
Mr. Brace has run the business for 3 years. He claims he's fallen on hard times, but Vic wants to dig deeper.
But you did say earlier you stopped paying rent because you weren't happy with some of the things, and so you didn't stop. But you told us you stopped rent because you can't afford to pay rent. You told us you stopped rent because there was problems with the building, etc., etc., etc. So
yeah, that's fine.
Are we going to go round in circles? Or are we going to be honest with each other here? Because
I'm being honest. I stopped rent because
one story
one,
here.
I couldn't afford it, and two, bad situation and bits and pieces. So, but it's a combination of both. I'm being straight with you. I'm being honest with you. I'm not trying to pull the wool over your eyes. I can't pay. Simple as that.
Mr. Brace has made his position clear, but the agents still need to try and settle that today, one way or another.
I need to make you aware, we do remove, it goes up to £5,611. And if the goods don't get, this is worst case scenario, if the goods don't fetch the total amount outstanding, then there will be a statutory demand issue. Okay, so it is important that you try and get this resolved.
A statutory demand is a written warning from a creditor. It states that you pay your debt or come to another arrangement. They could start court proceedings to make you bankrupt. The pressure is on. Mr. Brace must now raise the funds or risk losing his entire livelihood. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Sleaford, Lincolnshire, trying to recover a debt of nearly £5,000 for unpaid rent from a computer repairs shop.
Are you able to make payments, sir?
At the moment, no, I'm not.
Right.
Owner Philip Brace said his business was failing.
I can't pay. Simple as that.
Now the agent's only option is to seize goods to try and cover the debt.
We are instructed to remove goods, sir, unless payment can be made.
I can point out the bits that belong to customers and that belong to my son-in-law.
We need to see proof of that, sir.
Well, unfortunately...
Well, if you can't show us proof today, everything will get removed and stored for 7 days. If you can't produce proof of after 7 days, it will get sold at public auction.
That lot up there, as well, is mine.
Yeah.
A lot of these need repairing.
There's plenty of IT equipment in the shop. But there's a problem. The value of the broken stock doesn't come close to covering the £5,000 debt.
You should get at least 50 quid for each.
No. I can tell you that now. No, you won't. I can tell you that now. I'm not an auctioneer. Because whoever's going to buy that at auction does not know if that is working or not, so they pay scrap value, which is a fiver. When you walk into business and you can see they are struggling to trade or to make a living, clearly that makes it more difficult for us to collect on that specific case because there's nothing of value to remove.
With nothing of value worth seizing in the shop, Stuart changes tactics. The writ is in Mr. Brace's name, so his personal goods are also liable.
We'd have to go to your home address as well and take control from goods there as well. Because obviously it's in your name personally.
What would be the minimum amount that I would have to pay now? There's no doubt you'll probably say it's the whole lot.
Well, we instructed to collect the balance, which is the whole lot, obviously.
That's fair enough, I understand that.
2,200 would be the minimum.
I can't physically pull £2,000 out of my back pocket to hand it over to you.
Yeah.
I've got a vehicle at home. Yes, it's under my name. You can have that as well.
What's the vehicle, sir?
It's a Skoda estate.
Hi, John. Can I give you HPI, mate?
I'll be honest with you, can belt snap.
No problem. Cheers, John. See you later. Bye.
The office tells Stuart the broken down Skoda is virtually worthless. The agents try once more to get Mr. Brace to come up with an offer of payment.
Is there anyone that can help you raise funds? make a payment?
I've been trying. At the end of the day, I'll just have to close my business down. It's as simple as that.
Which we don't really want to do.
Look, I could take you down to my bank and I can get you a balance of my account. And if there's 100 quid in there, I'll be surprised. That's how bad the business will be. I've been living on borrowed time.
The agents have run out of options. So Stuart throws Mr. Brace a lifeline.
What we'll do is I'll give you 24 hours to see what you can do.
To be honest with you, there's no way I can raise it.
And like I said, if at all, like I said, we take control of goods from the property and here it doesn't clear the balance, then there'll be a statute demand issue, which is more or less end of the line. Bankruptcy is such a crippling situation for any individual. Your bank accounts are frozen, your credit cards are stopped, you'll lose any valuable asset. It's made publicly aware that you are now bankrupt. Your whole life comes to a stop.
Even if I went and stood on the street corners and sit on my backside, I couldn't get $2 grand.
No. I don't think most people would. That'll be a good night.
I'd have to pay them rather than them paying me.
Alright, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I started 3 years ago and everything seemed to be alright. Then 2 more shops have opened up in town, which, it has affected my business. And unfortunately, the economy has screwed me over. I've got into debt. It's my problem. It's not them. So at the end of the day, I've got to either go and pay to become bankrupt and just shut my business down and go and get a proper job.
Mr. Brace has 24 hours to come up with more than £2,000. If he doesn't pay, the agents will be back.
I think he's given up. He's given up on himself.
He's just plodding along day to day, isn't he? He said he is waiting for us, and I think he genuinely was.
Next time